to be here today to share this wonderful event. It's been a couple of years in the making, so we finally are here. Now I would like to introduce the mayor of the city. He's gonna say a few words to all of us. Thank you.
Good morning. Thanks, Juan. Good morning, everybody. Before I say a couple words, I'd like to just recognize a few people that are here in the audience. Of course, the counselor from this district, District 3, Counselor Gabe Vasquez, thanks for joining us. And counselor from District 2, Counselor Tessa Beta-Stubbe. And her protege. City Manager Ifo Pili is here, and City Councilor Bencomo. Oh, good to see you. I think we have a quorum here, so we need to just stay away, okay? So, like I said, we have a quorum, so we got to be careful. And then, of course, State Senator Carrie Hamlin, good to see you. Former City Councilor Greg Smith, good to see you, Greg. Mayor Pro Tem Emeritus Sharon Thomas, good to see you, Sharon. That's it. Who's that in the back? Is that Shannon? Yes. Oh, okay. Commissioner Shannon Reynolds. Good to see you, Commissioner. And earlier I mentioned our City Manager Ifo Pili, our Assistant City Manager Eric Enriquez is back there. Is Ikani here? No?
President of Community College, Nicole Martinez.
Oh yes, President Torres. Good to see you. Is that Debbie Moore back there as well? Yeah, good to see you, Debbie. In the shade, that's good. I won't keep you guys too long. Well, you guys don't look like you're too hot. I'm the one that's kind of got the direct heat here. But nonetheless, Lorenzo, good to see you. Oh, I've got the sunglasses. I always try to keep those off so it doesn't look good. Okay, so anyways, this is really a great accomplishment. I just want to tell Juan and everyone involved, congratulations. You know, this almost didn't happen. And in fact, it was turned down the first time up at the state. And thanks to it's interesting. So these state elected officials, the Attorney General, the State Treasurer, State Auditor, they usually send their representatives to these meetings. And after it got turned down, there was a revote. And so they came through for us. The Attorney General, Hector Valderas, the State Treasurer, Tim Eichenberg, State Auditor, Brian Colon, the Lieutenant Governor, Howie Morales, who led the efforts, and they reversed it, and we got the funding for this. And this is a collaboration between the City of Las Cruces, the Community of Hope, and of course, Mesilla Valley Public Housing. So this is really fantastic to be able to see this, and if you haven't had a chance to look inside, these are beautiful apartments. They went from 20 to 40 units. And this is something here that I know Nicole Martinez is going to love. We're going to be able, hopefully, ideally, to transition those that kind of move out of Camp Hope into their own place here. And so this is really what it's all about. The community coming together to help those who need a little hand up, and here it is. And so this has just really been a huge and great collaboration. I'm also pleased to announce that the Rawson family has decided to donate this other portion behind here for phase 2. Yeah, so that's pretty incredible. So thank you to the Senator Lee Rawson's family, Commissioner Ben Rawson's family, the whole Rawson family. That's really incredible. So we appreciate that very much. I'm going to ask my colleague, Councilor Vasquez, if you'd like to say a couple words.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you to all the members of the City Council for championing this project for the state, and certainly the members of our community who are here today to celebrate this really momentous occasion. I think this represents a new style of housing, a new style of community development that I think we really need in this city, and honestly that all cities across the state and the country could benefit from. The integrated model of services that will be featured here in this building behind us, including a food pantry from Casa de Peregrinos, and on social workers on the property to help folks not just find a place to live, but find perhaps a new calling in life, a new career, a new opportunity, perhaps to raise a family or to integrate themselves into society into a bigger way, is really a transformative way to do housing. And I'm so proud, and I'm especially proud of Ms. Nicole Martinez, who I know spearheaded this project from the very beginning, working with the city, working with the state agency, and putting all those pieces together. Shows that when we come together, different governments, different nonprofit sectors, that we can really do some beautiful things for our people here in Las Cruces. This is really a rose in the concrete, right, growing out of the concrete. I'm so proud that this is my district, and having walked so many of these streets here, there's a lot of need for folks all around this district. And part of what we're trying to do to also build a community around this development is the El Paseo and South Solano redevelopment project. So if you just walk a few blocks down and go down to South Solano, you'll see that there's lively, small, local businesses, taco shops, break shops. You'll see, different restaurants and hair salons and all kinds of folks trying to make a living here in Las Cruces. We want to make sure that we're connecting communities like this, residential spaces like this, to a lively local economy. I see Senator Hamblin here with the Las Cruces Green Chamber and Debbie Moore, who have championed our small businesses for so long. And so this is more than just a housing project. This is really how we integrate a community together with the redevelopment of an entire street in South Solano and El Paseo, giving opportunities for housing. And I also have to again thank the mayor for his leadership in this as well. I'm so proud of this place. This definitely represents hope and opportunity for so many of our residents. So thank you.
Okay, I think, is there anyone else who had a couple words they'd like to say? Oh, the board chair. Yes, Marcos? Yeah. If you'd like to come say a few words.
It's great to see such a large group today. Well, thank you all for attending and celebrating with us today's grand opening of Desert Hope. Desert Hope is a supportive housing community for those who are homeless, with preference given to veterans of the United States Armed Forces. I am Marcos Montes, and I'm the chairman for the Board of Commissioners for the Mesilla Valley Public Housing Authority. And it's my privilege to present Desert Hope to you this morning. If you haven't already, make sure that you look inside one of the open units. I am incredibly proud of what we've accomplished here. It was just over a year ago that I stood here at the groundbreaking and announced the projected grand opening of Desert Hope for the summer of 2021. And here we are today. I believe that we did an excellent job of keeping things on schedule, and just as important, on budget. Desert Hope was the vision of our executive director of the Housing Authority, Juan Olvera. Mr. Olvera, right back here. Mr. Olvera presented the concept to the Board of Commissioners of the Mesilla Valley Public Housing Authority, and in turn, the board provided him with a unanimous decision to move forward. Why did we focus on veterans for this initiative? According to estimates, over 40,000 veterans are homeless on any given night in the United States. The leading causes of homelessness among veterans are PTSD, social isolation, substance abuse, and unemployment. Veterans account for 11% of homeless adults in the United States. That's a big chunk out of the total number. New Mexico saw a rise of 16.9% in veterans experiencing homelessness in 2017 and 2018. To maximize the number of people that we can serve in this housing community, we gutted what was an existing, unattractive apartment building which had 20 two-bedroom apartments. We turned that into this beautiful complex with 40 efficiency apartments, and the apartments are designed to give each resident privacy and a comfortable, easy-to-maintain home. Social isolation and lack of support greatly increase the risk of veterans going homeless. We are providing wraparound services to prevent social isolation and to provide support for the residents of Desert Hope. The supportive services will include a community center with an office for Community of Hope staff to provide counseling. The community center also has a stock pantry, a cooking area, washers and dryers. You can see the washers and dryers aren't here yet, but they will get here. Computer stations, and a place to socialize. We even plan to provide cooking classes. There's much that needed to be accomplished to get us where we are today, and there are many people to thank. First, I would like to introduce the remaining members of the Board of Commissioners. Standing over here, we have Commissioner Joseph Figueroa. And Commissioners Michael Murphy and Felix Cordero couldn't be here today. They're volunteers, and so they have jobs and other places to be. Anyway, thank you all for being here. On behalf of the Board of Commissioners from the Mesilla Valley Public Housing Authority and myself, I would like to give a big thank you to Mayor Ken Yagashima, the City of Las Cruces City Council, Community Development Director Larry Nichols, Housing and Neighborhood Services Manager Natalie Green, Housing Development Coordinator Jan Lauterbach, Neighborhood Program Specialist Raymond Birchfield, and all the city staff that provided their support to make this happen. Thank you to the New Mexico Mortgage Finance Authority, its board members, the Executive Director and CEO, Izzy Hernandez, Director of Housing Development, Sean Colbert, Assistant Director of Housing Development, Catherine Turner, Tax Credit Program Analyst, Christy Wheelock. I'd also like to thank the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development, better known as HUD, specifically the Office of Public Housing, Region 6, Division Director, Julian Barella, Mandy Diego, and Flora Chavez. I'd also like to thank the Mesilla Valley Community of Hope and its Executive Director, Nicole Martinez. And the Community of Hope and Nicole are going to play a big part in the success for this community. I'd like to thank JV DeSosa Architecture, Praxis Consulting Groups, our legal counsel, Robert Blumenfeld, Pavilion Construction, you'll see them all around here, the Richmond Group, Affordable Housing Corporation, American Express, Clearinghouse, CDFI, the New Mexico Coalition to End Homelessness, and finally, I would like to personally thank Juan Olvera for his vision and his commitment to this initiative. Thank you. Desert Hope is not just an apartment complex. It is a vibrant community designed to help its residents achieve a higher quality of life. And it is my hope that other housing authorities will use Desert Hope as a blueprint to develop similar supportive housing communities for our nation's veterans and other homeless people in our country. So thank you all for being here.
Thank you, Marcos. Just a couple things. Recognize a good partner from Senator Heinrich's office is Melanie Goodman. So thanks for joining us, Melanie. And I know Marcos mentioned the city team, but I just want to say to Natalie Green and Jan for what you do. You make it seem so easy, but you guys do such a fantastic job. You and your team. To you, it's like breathing. But to everyone else, it's incredible what you all are able to accomplish. So we can't thank you enough for the hard work that you do and getting things done. We've got a guest here from who's also a former veteran, but also our partner in the other government, and that's Doña Ana County government, and that's Commissioner Reynolds. If you'd like to say a couple words, Commissioner.
It's good to see all you out here today. And as a veteran, I know how important this is, that we provide support for homeless veterans. So thank you for that. I also want to recognize this is my district. We didn't, at the county, didn't participate in this, but I'll tell you what, this is exactly what we can do with a private-public partnership. And I think Desert Hope is actually going to be a shining diamond, I guess, in our community to show what is possible if we all work together to provide this kind of service. And I do applaud Nicole Martinez and everyone at the city and everyone who did the work, and thank you so very much. Okay.
So, Commissioner, how you can be a partner is you can probably waive the property taxes on this place.
I'll get right on that.
Okay. So with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Juan. He has a few other people he'd like to introduce. But I have to tell you, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to leave. I've got a 10 o'clock that I've got to be on a Zoom. And so anyways, I just wanted to be sure to be here today. This is really just incredible. I would drive by these apartments, literally every day. And when Juan was telling me how they were going to look, I could never have imagined what they look like inside. They are incredible. And then this community center here, just everything is stupendous. So congratulations to everyone involved, especially our contractors, our builders. You really have just highlighted this in this area. So thank you very much for that.
Talking about contractors and builders, I would like to ask Robert Fate. He was the superintendent here at PAVILION Construction.
Hey everyone, I was the project superintendent for this project. I would definitely like to thank Juan, Nicole, and the city for allowing Pavilion to be a part of this dream. The vision for this place is pretty incredible. I'm sorry if you can't hear me. Again, thank you for allowing us to be a part of this and everybody involved in it. It's good to be a part of this blessing for the community. Thank you.
Now I would like to ask Nicole to come and say a few words, please.
I'm going to keep my sunglasses on, sorry. It's bright. This day has been a long time coming for our community. Desert Hope Apartments will end homelessness for 40 people in Las Cruces. Yeah, let's celebrate that. Over the last 5 years, the Community of Hope has worked with its partners, the Mesilla Valley Public Housing Authority, City of Las Cruces staff, I'm looking at you, Natalie, to bring Desert Hope to fruition. We are grateful to the New Mexico Coalition to End Homelessness for offering the opportunity to learn about developing more affordable housing in our community, and that the New Mexico Mortgage Finance Authority found this to be a worthwhile project to support. While the construction has finished, the work is just beginning. Community of Hope will have staff on site to help Desert Hope residents transition smoothly from being unhoused to being a tenant. A quick word about Community of Hope and its staff. I'm so grateful for their support in this endeavor. Many of them are here. I'm grateful to share the vision that we must go out of the box in our efforts to serve others who are unhoused. The staff works tirelessly and often without thanks because they believe in our mission to promote dignity and empowerment. And Lacey, I know you're going to be an amazing addition to Desert Hope Apartments as a staff here. We look forward to continued collaborations with our partner agencies, Casa de Peregrinos, Lorenzo, to help with food insecurity. Amador Health Center will be here on site to give screenings, medical and behavioral support, and to future partnerships with services to offer. Providing supportive services to those who have experienced the trauma of entering the homeless system is key in housing stability. And while we should celebrate the success in bringing housing to our community and ending homelessness for 40 and more over the years people, there are many more who are living in shelters, on the streets, who are precariously housed, about to enter the homeless system at a moment's notice. Our work is not yet done. We need to make housing a priority for all in Doña Ana County and pave the way for other communities who struggle with housing insecurity among their most vulnerable. I want to say thank you to all of you for being here today, for helping us to make this happen. And thank you to those back in 2016 who agreed when I asked you to be on my team to learn more about permanent supportive housing developments. And to our 40 who will soon occupy this building. We have looked forward to this day when we open each apartment door to someone who has been sleeping on the ground, in a tent, in a canal, behind a tombstone, an abandoned building, a tunnel, or a bridge. Welcome to Desert Hope. Welcome home. Thank you.
And now I would like to invite you to come to the front of the property, because we're gonna start the,
Right, I'll lead the rest, if that's okay.
yeah.
All right, great. Nobody's surprised about this. Thank you, everybody, to this momentous day. We're going to be doing a ribbon cutting, and just to share with you the purpose of a ribbon cutting, it marks new chapters of a business or organization, or celebrates an anniversary or a new venture. And today we get to celebrate a new project on behalf of the Mesilla Valley Public Housing Authority, working with the City of Las Cruces and the Mesilla Valley Community of Hope. Now, as we've heard from our speakers today, the Desert Hope Apartments will literally change the lives of 40 people today. And we are here to celebrate that collaboration and what happens when 3 committed agencies work together to provide permanent supportive housing to those in need. Now, as the former president of the board of directors for the Mesilla Valley Community of Hope, I remember when Ms. Martinez brought this to our board and told us about this incredible new project that could house 40 people at once who are experiencing homelessness. It was so ambitious and incredible, and to see it today in its completed state is a testimony. Sorry, I remember when you brought this up. And it's such a testimony to the passion and dedication of everybody here today, and how many people are going to be affected. And so congratulations to all of you and to the staff. I am so proud of you. You are incredible. So I have to blame Nicole, because her final statement is what pushed me over the edge. Councilor Mencomo and I were like, all of a sudden the waterworks, and it was like, that's what did it. I bet you knew that was what was gonna happen. Like, oh, Senator Hamblin's gonna ugly cry today. Sure enough. Bet money on that one always. So what we're going to do is the ribbon cutting. As our colleagues with the Greater Las Cruces Chamber, we're gonna gather you all in front after we read the proclamations, okay? Because it's about the pictures, and it's about the cutting of the ribbon, and we've got the big scissors, and we've got the ribbons to celebrate this. And so what we're going to do is we're going to read our proclamations here, and then we will take everybody to the front, because that's where we're gonna be able to put all of you in and have enough ribbon so that we can take a picture. And we've got our friends here from the media who can have a fabulous picture of so many people who are part of this project and the success of this project, all be counted in on the photo. And then what we'll do is we'll do the countdown, we'll do a staged photo, and of course I'll lead you all through that, and then we will cut the ribbon. And then you all will be able to go ahead and go into the community room, talk to the people who are part of this process, and celebrate the Desert Hope Apartments. So we good? All right, so let's go. Debbie, do you want to go first? Do you want to say a few words before we do this? All right. This is my colleague from the Greater Las Cruces Chamber of Commerce, the president and CEO, Debbie Moore.
Thank you, Carrie. Now I'm going to get teary. You know, I just celebrated in May my 5th anniversary here in Las Cruces. And one of the things I've always said since I've been here is a great place to call home. And to be a part of this collaboration and partnership. And I just came in 2016, so I wasn't part of the beginning, but my goodness, Nicole, Carrie, I mean, working together is what makes a community. And I too echo welcome home to this beautiful facility, but I personally am so glad that I call Las Cruces home. And with that, I'm going to ask Joselie, who's one of our ambassadors, to read our plaque, to come forward.
Hi everyone, my name is Joselie Ramos, and I'm the Regional Director of Sales for Total Management Systems, also representing the Courtyard by Marriott Las Cruces, and I'm the Director of Marketing for the ambassadors. So my colleagues, the ambassadors, know when to chime in as I read the proclamation. We, the ambassadors of the Greater Las Cruces Chamber of Commerce, do hereby proclaim this day a day of celebration and new beginnings. Whereas those new beginnings have marked the continued development of Las Cruces as a proudly diverse community rooted deeply in family and traditions. Whereas these new beginnings have brought us together to advance prosperity for our community, and whereas these new beginnings mark a new chapter of service and commitment to an elevated quality of life in Las Cruces and the Mesilla Valley. Therefore, we wish to congratulate and welcome Desert Hope Apartment Complex in opening their doors to hope and support in providing permanent supportive housing to persons experiencing homelessness. Signed this 5th day of August in the year of our Lord 2021, Greater Las Cruces Chamber of Commerce, Jed Fanning, Chair of the Board of Directors, Caroline Zamora, Chair of the Ambassadors, and Debbie Moore, President and CEO.
Here, here.
Here, here.
So, one thing we always do at our events, if you've been there, is we do this little cheer. So, if I say Las Cruces, you say strong. Las Cruces. Strong. Better. Las Cruces. Strong. We are indeed strong, and I'm so glad to have our partnership, Senator Carrie Hamlin. Are you senator today, or? Always.
Thank you, Debbie. And so here's the ribbon cutting from the Las Cruces Green Chamber of Commerce. The Las Cruces Green Chamber of Commerce is pleased to support the ribbon cutting for the Desert Hope apartment complex. Let it be known that the Las Cruces Green Chamber of Commerce works to foster the success of local economies and promote businesses and organizations committed to the triple bottom line. The triple bottom line is a belief that a successful business or organization looks at 3 bottom lines: investing in people, protecting our air, land, and water, and creating sustainable profits. As an advocate for economic development, supporting local economies, promoting green practices, and providing desperately needed housing for individuals experiencing homelessness with the Desert Hope apartment complex, the Las Cruces Green Chamber of Commerce is honored to celebrate and support the Mesilla Valley Community of Hope, the City of Las Cruces, and the Mesilla Valley Public Housing Authority. With this proclamation, we extend our support, congratulations, and great success to the Mesilla Valley Community of Hope, the City of Las Cruces, and the Mesilla Valley Public Housing Authority for the completion of the Desert Hope apartment complex, signed and dated this Thursday, August 5th, 2021, by Isabella Petticone, the Chair of our Board of Directors, and myself, the CEO and President of the Las Cruces Green Chamber of Commerce. So we're going to give these proclamations to Juan and Nicole, but we are asking that everybody, if you will, start moving over to the front of the building so that we can get that in the picture, and then once we get there, we'll kind of corral you into where you need to be with the ribbons, and we'll get this underway. Thank you, everybody, for being here, and thank you to all the partners who were part of this process.
Does everybody have all their pictures? All right. So what we're going to do on the count of 3 is you are going to, at 3, I'm remembering Councilor Vasquez, who got really excited about cutting the ribbon for his workout place and did it on 1. So on 3, you will cut the ribbon. Okay, ready. Everybody count with me. 1, 2, 3.